Hey everyone, it's been a while. I am recording in a different location yet again. Things just keep changing in my life. Today I'm going to go over a brief personal update and let you know where things are at in the writing and publishing world. Personal update, my medical conditions have taken a bit of a nosedive. I have neurological conditions, among many others, and possibly some other things that they have yet to find. It has been a couple of months now, and I hit this downward spiral for a few months, and it got to the point where I was not capable of driving. I would get major tremors, my left hand would lock up, and I honestly became afraid to drive my vehicle. In addition to that, I also got to the point where working was literally impossible. I could work for maybe 30 to 45 minutes looking at spreadsheets and emails and so on, and then I reached a point where nothing made sense anymore. So I literally had to stop working. I went to my doctor, and at the day that I went to see him, I was physically not capable of walking normally. I felt like I was in slow mode. My legs were numb, very weak, constant tremors, and he took me off work. So I'm currently on a short-term medical leave. I don't know how long this is going to be. It has, technically this is my day one, September 23rd. My work was kind enough to push out the date of my last work to help me out. But yes, so currently I have an unemployment claim with the Government of Canada, and soon I will be collecting unemployment. So my last actual day working was September 3rd, where I was physically working and doing my job. My doctor took me off that afternoon, so I was at home, stuck in bed for a couple of weeks. I didn't drive. I didn't go anywhere. I couldn't even go to a store. Even if I wasn't the driver, I was not able to focus on anything. I couldn't walk properly, even in my house, just to go to the bathroom. There were some days where my 10-year-old would actually make me breakfast because I was not physically capable of getting up and staying upright long enough to feed myself. So now since then, today's September 23rd, I have improved a bit. The constant immobility has decreased quite a bit. I'm able to walk around a bit. I have gone for 5 to 10 minute drives myself. However, by the time I get back, I am physically and mentally drained and back to body tremors. Now, in the back of my head, I've been thinking, like, I have all of this time now where I could be writing. However, because of the state of my neurological condition and my inability to focus for more than a few minutes at a time, I am not capable of writing yet. Now, a couple of months ago, this is my, writing and authorly update. A couple of months ago, before things took this major nosedive, I had decided to go into this vendor market and sell some books. This is their big annual vendor market where they have, the fire department comes out for kids to see the fire trucks. They have candy scrambles, they have live music, and they usually do really well. Now, this sale was supposed to have been this past Saturday. However, the weather did not cooperate, and they rescheduled it to Sunday, which was yesterday. I was absolutely terrified as to whether or not I could function well enough and survive a full day of, it was actually 6 hours sitting outside. And I'm very thankful to my friend, Story Tyrant. She was willing to come with me, be a little buddy. She had the Voices book, the Lake Winnipeg Writers Book journal with short stories and poetry in it. She had those all laid out to sell. She brought her pop-up canopy tent, and I had all of my books laid out to sell. Unfortunately, because it was on a Sunday instead of a Saturday, we did not get the turnout that we had hoped for. But I still made some sales, and I got some interest in my books. I think I only sold 5 books, but all things considered, it wasn't too terrible. It was only between, I would say, like 10 to 13 degrees Celsius outside. The wind had gusted off and on. Some of the vendors I felt so bad for. Their displays were blowing over. There's one girl next to us. Oh, she had such bad luck. I felt so bad for her. For us, in terms of the books, some of the covers were blowing up in the wind, which led to some of them having a bit of a curve, to the cover that kind of stayed and didn't go anywhere. So that kind of sucked, but there was no rain, and it wasn't so bad that the canopy blew over or anything, so we managed to survive. I had a few people come and ask me questions about my books that led to interesting conversations, as it usually does. And also some people just took my business card. I think having a writer business card available at your in-person sales is really important, so that if somebody sees you, is interested in what you have, but can't afford to buy something that day or didn't bring money or anything like that, then at least they get your name and they can look you up and maybe consider purchasing something down the road. So all in all, it was a very long day. It was a 6-hour sale and 2 hours of setup and waiting time, plus another probably 20 to 30 minutes to clean up and get back home. And let me tell you, I was exhausted. It was the most effort I've put into anything since I got off work. So going forward, what is my plan? Well, I am off work for sure until the end of October, but it might be extended. I'm waiting for medical tests. I need another MRI. I'm getting referred to a movement disorder clinic, and that will include a new neurologist, and I also have a cardiologist appointment in November. So right now we're back to stage 1 again of exploring after so many years of tests. I would like to be able to get to the point where I can write casually from time to time, but again, even just sitting here to record this video is pretty much going to drain me for much of the rest of the day. I've been trying to read a little bit here and there, but the same thing keeps happening when I read a book. I can last 5 to 10 minutes and then the words on the paper no longer make sense. I've tried audiobooks, but then I space out and have no idea what I just listened to. It's very difficult for me to do much of anything. I'm trying to cook for my family and stay on top of some small cleaning tasks throughout the day, and I have to take a lot of rests. Now, this could lead to a long-term disability. I don't know yet until we get through some tests. In Canada, the short-term disability through the government of Canada is up to 6 months. And then after that, if I still need to stay off, then it would go through a different insurance company for a long-term disability. I'm hoping it doesn't come down to that. I mean, yes, it would give me the time to write, but honestly, I'm not even capable of doing that right now. I want to be capable of it, so I am just going to take this time to rest, look after my family, take things one day at a time. So I know that I would love to make this video longer and have more to say, but unfortunately I can't do that. So I hope you have all been doing well. Let me know what you're working on, how your September has been so far, and we'll talk to you again soon. Have a great rest of your day, afternoon, evening, night, or whatever, and happy writing.